Alrighty guys, what's going on? As you can see, we're at the shed. We're going to work on the XR31 today. So, this is actually his second attempt at this video. First time around, yep, killer. Heaps good. Wicked. So my battery and my spare battery was cooked, no good. Even after a couple of days of charge, still no luck. Then we jump started, got it running, drove up the street, not an issue. After about 5 minutes worth of running, I noticed there was steam coming from the front of the motor. I was like, holy shit. And yeah, it was pissing out, cooling everywhere. So today we're going to try to tackle those issues, and we're going to prepare this car for drifting at some stage. So let's get it done. Let's see if this thing starts with a new battery. If it does, I'll be stoked, because then the starting issue's out of the way. But then we can look into actually sorting out the cooling issues. Let's do it.
I'll chat to my doctor when I see him there, so I'll give him a call. Yeah.
Cars don't just fix themselves.
Yeah, they do.
Alright, let's see if this thing runs. So fuel pump, fans, and nothing. Healthy old girl. So guys, I've got no thermostat in this, so theoretically the water pump is just going to keep cycling through. So if the water pump's working, you'll see the flow of coolant through the top of the radiator, and which we do. So we know the radiator is not the issue. We know the water... So, off to a good and a bad start. The water pump's obviously working. It obviously started. That was the first go, bang, straight up. And then, what, would you say a minute of idling? It kind of sounded like it went into like a limp mode, which I know it does. It does do that, and I'm aware it does that. But it's really odd that it does it out of the blue on first starts like that. So that's a little bit of a concern. But at least we know the water pump's working, the radiator's flowing. The water pump's brand new anyway. So that shouldn't be the issue. All right, so we're waiting on a mate to come down who helped me build the thing. Shout out to you, Shane. I love you lots. So he's on his way. Knows a little bit more about the technical side than I do. So we're just gonna see what he thinks about it, and we can go from there, and then we can start troubleshooting. And won't do it now.
We need to fix the bloody thing, yes.
So it's sitting here idling. It's been sitting in the shed. Pulled it out, and it's sitting at 105 at the moment. It is gradually climbing, but again, I don't have a thermostat or anything in this, but the idle issue has sorted itself out now. Probably more than likely the signal between the TPS. It does go into limp mode sometimes if I just sit it there and idle, which it has done today, and I switch it off and rev it, and it's fine, and it doesn't cause me any issues, and that's what we've done today. We turned it back off, revved it, and then it's been idling fine for like 20 minutes now. So we're dealing with a couple of vacuum leaks. PCV valve was just open at a drift event. Shane stole my PCV valve into the top of the motor, so which causes a vacuum leak, which causes it to overheat. What's it? Hey?
Yeah, under 80.
So before, when it was idling in this spot, what was it at? 105? Well, yeah, we got it up to 118. That was with fans on, everything in. The only thing different was that PCV valve. That's it.
So let's pull the bolts out of the gash and see if it starts
Getting
heating
warm.
up again.
See if it starts getting warm.
That way we know that was the issue.
It's going to be warm, probably.
It's gonna be fucking up. Where?
In that back hole. Nah, next one. See how differently it ran straight away as soon as you pulled that out? See how differently it ran? Listen to it. Right, what's that at? So that's 79 degrees. So lucky I didn't just send it, because obviously a vacuum leak causes it to run lean,
84.
and it's climbed 5 degrees in about 30 seconds just by pulling that bolt out of that valve. It's crazy what a bit of vacuum can do. Even the idle and everything sounds crap. Once you put it back in, it's quiet again. So, 87. Wow. Whew. That is crazy, huh? 87 degrees. It's quieter.
Way quieter.
Heaps quieter.
I feel like it picks up like 200 RPM with that.
Easily.
Must have had it.
Alright, yeah. There you go, tricks itself. How's that issue? Thank fuck for that.
That's crazy.
Thank fuck for that. Reason why it was overheating the other day is because it was causing such a... the vacuum leak was so big, it was actually causing it to run and crap.
The next day.
When Supercheap has a sale on little trees, you don't say no. So, Supercheap Auto had some bonnet pins, so I grabbed them. I haven't been needing these for months and months now. I just haven't got around to getting them, but I finally got them. And the two little bits are the reason why my car's running like crap. So, let's go install these, and let's see if it fixes the issue. Prior, we had two vacuum leaks. One was coming from the PCV valve, because the hose was just tucked into the motor, and now we've got the actual proper fitting, and now we've got the little L bracket for the intake to the top of the motor. All the fluids check out fine. Had to top up the coolant a little bit because we did spit it all on the floor the other day when it overheated. But yeah, oil levels are okay. Everything seems fine. So now we can get on to the fun bits. All right, so what we have here, we have a White Line rear sway bar. And we also have a Panhard, adjustable Panhard rod, also from White Line. So while we're under there, we're gonna put all the White Line stuff in, set it up, and then we're gonna go take a spare set of trailing arm bushes that I've got to a mate, and he's gonna push them in for me. So we're under the back of the XR31 now. As you can see, it's all pretty crusty and gross. So this whole rear end is pretty well stock, obviously except the spool and the coilovers. So today we're just gonna be swapping out the standard Panhard rod, an adjustable White Line one. So, and then we can also put a thicker sway bar in, also White Line. So that will replace the standard one. So yeah, we've taken the stock one out. Obviously this is a stock one. You can tell just in thickness. Other than that, it's just more of like a solid bushing. You can see the different types. So they'll mess around with the adjustment once they wheel line it in the rear. But for now, let's just slap it in and see if it fits. So we got the stock sway bar out. Comparing it to the White Line sway bar straight off the bat, the D bushes on the White Line are heaps thicker. The material's heaps nicer. It's a lot more solid. And overall, it's a lot thicker. Let's get this thing in and yeah, we can tighten everything up. In all the years of owning 31s, I've never actually had brand new trailing arm bushes. So this is exciting for me. Sheesh. Holy damn. White Line again. So the rear end's pretty well full White Line now. Obviously you got TN coils, the spool diff, and the VS calipers. Let's slap these bad girls in. 2 bolts on each end. They slip out. Put the new one in, and you're off. You're off and racing. Holy damn! These things are really shot. Look at that. Literally falling apart. I'm glad I did these before I drove it again. So when I was strapping the car down on the trailer around the wheels, I noticed I pulled this side in and I'd do that side and then this side would get loose again. I'm like, what? And I keep going and I noticed all it was doing was just pushing the diff back. It was pulling because of how much play was in these bushes. So make sure you do them. You won't regret them. Let's put this thing on the ground. I'll be surprised to see what the wheel gaps are like with that Panhard rod in now. Obviously, it came out of another car pre-aligned, so I haven't adjusted it. So hopefully it's not over one side and rubs my guards. But these guards have been pumped pretty heavily, so let's lower the thing. Alright guys, so we've got a few little things we got to finish off, such as we're just going to go over the front end because it feels a little bit funky. I did get it aligned last time I drove it, but the steering wheel was off, so I'm just going to make sure everything in the rack's tight, and just go over the whole front end, check the diff oil, gearbox oil, and this thing's pretty well ready to go, which is exciting. So check the tail shaft bolts, and yeah, hopefully we're drifting this thing very soon. So if you have made it to this far in the video, I appreciate you guys so much. So I'm gonna do a little deal. If you've made it this far in the video, message me on Instagram at lovedaddy.motorsports and I'll send you a free sticker. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, I'll send you a free sticker. So if you made it this far, make sure you chuck me a message on Instagram and we can go from there.